What up, guys, and welcome to the Overkill Underground, Episode 7, Survivor. Great episode.
Wow.
Are we already in episode 7?
It's already Episode 7.
Man,
Yes, it is.
things are moving fast.
Thanks for coming out, Lance. Doug, thanks for being here again.
Thanks for having me, man.
Super fan Doug.
Oh, man, I love it, man.
Absolutely, yeah. So, most importantly, first things first, we're in the merge.
Merge.
It
Huge.
did merge.
Finally,
I
the merge.
cannot tell you. I was anticipating. I'm like, let it be. Let
Yeah.
it be. I thought
They
maybe.
said that was the largest merge ever, right?
I think it's got to
Yeah,
be.
13.
But I thought to myself, you know what? They're going to bring
And
the
the
tribes
first
down.
member of the jury, by the way. That's going to be a big jury.
That's going to be a huge jury.
It's
And
gonna
I
be
thought to
nice.
myself, first thing, I'm like, you know what? These guys, they're going to go down. They're going to meet on the beach, and they're going to have to do a challenge, some kind of reward or something. They're going to
Yeah.
they're going to fake them into thinking that it's going to be merge, and then it happened.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
I was excited. Because I love when the merge happens. I love when it's every man for himself out there when it is the challenge.
Well, now it's one big tribe, and now you're going to start seeing the divisions and
Lots of scrambling.
well, even with we were talking about it earlier, even with all the switchings of the tribes, going from 2 tribes to 3 tribes to 2 tribes now to the
Back to kind of
yeah,
2 tribes.
Yeah, they've mixed them all up so much. Really, they even said it. You can't even trust anybody but yourself in this game.
Absolutely.
And this game is going to be it's game on right now.
For sure.
It's nice.
Oh, yeah.
So the show starts, we merge, and then how about that challenge?
Oh, I love that challenge.
That
That's
challenge is.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of my favorite challenges.
I was talking. We were talking off the air, and I made the comment to Doug. How about Joe? Did we think anybody else was going to win that challenge?
Man.
Really?
And
how he was,
because
Spencer was standing downhill, holding it in front of him,
Yeah.
and
Joe
you
was
notice they
turned
were all.
around,
Joe was turned around and
standing uphill.
making it a
Mhm.
lot
That guy,
easier.
that guy is a
Just
thinker,
smart,
isn't he?
yeah.
Isn't he a thinker?
Yeah,
Just-
I mean that was just
It's almost like he's
brilliant.
been studying the game.
No kidding.
Like the other seasons, like preparing some way,
He
somehow.
just knows how
He
to
probably
win
does.
every challenge.
You're kind of, if you don't prepare yourself for the challenges in that game.
Can you imagine if he runs the show?
Oh,
I mean,
they'll
he's
find
going
a
to win
challenge.
7 or 8 of them.
Oh.
He'll win 7 or 8 of them if he's
He'll-
there long enough.
he'll definitely be a challenge master again.
Yes, he will.
That's going to be obvious. I mean, that's what he does. He's not just physically great at challenges. He is
Right.
also awesome at puzzles. That's a huge part of the
Oh,
challenges.
yeah.
Huge part of
Yeah.
the challenges.
He's still politically in trouble. I still think he's politically in trouble.
Could
right
be.
now,
Could be.
we were saying
Yeah,
off the
yeah.
air with that 5-man alliance. I want to say it again.
Yeah.
He made that 5-man alliance. Now he's got to cut ties with Savage, and now he's got to pick a side.
Yeah, he's
picking a side now, and he's going to make a lot of enemies that way. And when you do that, you vote someone on the jury,
Yeah.
and then that person on the jury, he says, "Hey, you backstabbed me."
Yeah,
And it always comes and gets you.
honestly, I don't think those guys. If he runs 7 or 8 or 9 challenges, I think those guys. Meaning, when I say those guys, Savage and Jeremy, I think they would still vote for Joe, even if he does backstab him down the
Maybe,
road. If he had to do that, they're going to do it to him.
I'd be excited.
They're not going to go to the end with him.
Right.
And I don't think Savage and Jeremy are going to go to the end with
So
each
what
other.
you're saying
They're
is
just
then-
kind of using each other right now.
So you're saying Joe then has to win out, basically, because
Well,
then no one wants to take
no.
him to
Boy,
the
I mean,
end.
at
If
this
you
point-
take him to the end, then everybody's going to vote for him to win it.
At this point, you just want to stay on the good graces of the loose cannons.
Right.
I think
Right.
really
Yeah.
stay tight with the group, and just weed out the loose cannons. I mean,
I'd be excited to see.
Tasha and Sierra aren't out of the woods yet.
I hope Joe does stay with the Jeremy and Savage group, just because it seems fun that way. Because the other, maybe I'm biased here. I like
you
that
just
tribe.
want nice, happy-go-lucky. Everything's fine and dandy.
I like
Well,
that
until
tribe.
you got to vote somebody
yeah,
out.
until you
That's
got to
true.
stab somebody in the back.
everybody's happy when
But
you
I
have to
do.
vote
I
anybody
like
out.
I like the original Bayon tribe those that just original, and that is like a
Well,
bias.
Cass was part of
A
that
solid
tribe, wasn't
group.
she?
Yeah.
But Cass, she's a handful.
She is a handful.
Well,
And she's
she
fun
showed
to
it.
watch. She's fun to watch.
Look at
but
Abby.
It
Abby's-
sealed.
Abby's
It
a
sealed her
handful.
fate. It sealed her fate this round, and that's.
I'll tell you
that's-
what, Abby's going to stick around for a long time because
She's finally being
gonna
quiet.
Well,
keep
she's
her-
hiding now. She's starting to
just
hide.
gonna
finally, yeah.
sit in the wings and not. She's just a vote for hire
Well,
right now.
well, back
Yeah.
to Cass.
Nobody's going to give her any. She's not going to win $1 million, but
She's sure great to bring along to the end.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah. Oh yeah. But back to Cass. Like I said, you never say, "Hey, I'm voting for
Oh, yeah,
so and so,"
yeah, when
because
she-
then
No,
when
she
everybody
made a
wants to talk
huge
and mingle,
mistake.
she lost her cool right there, and she voted that.
you never do that. Big
Huge,
no, man.
Huge mistake.
You know
Right.
why you don't do it is because no one wants to talk to you when they want to decide on who to vote because they already know who you're going to
Right,
vote.
right.
No,
Right.
you're trapped. You're instantly trapped and you're stuck.
Right.
You're done right
Yeah,
there
you
and now.
shut yourself off to the entire team.
That's
and
the
then-
perfect wording.
So as far as I see it right now, and we do have a division in the tribes. We obviously have the old Bayon, the old Takeo,
Right.
but as it fits right now, we don't know where Joe's at, but we do know Fishbach, Jeremy, Savage, Wigglesworth, and Tasha are definitely tight. That group right there is pretty tight with each other right now.
Yeah, I
Well,
think so.
if I might interject,
Well, who'd you say? Jeremy Savage.
Wigglesworth and Tasha and
You think
Fishbach.
Fishbach is the Fishbach.
Wigglesworth is definitely in with them. Yeah, for sure.
Wigglesworth
Fishbach is the
is?
one that's going to
Oh,
backstab
Wigglesworth.
Joe.
I'm sorry, I was
Not
thinking
Wentworth. Not Wentworth. Yeah.
Fishbach is the one.
Wentworth has an idol, so she's still going to be.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
still going to be trouble.
Sure,
She does.
Sure, but Fishbach said not this episode, last week, 2
Kimmy's
weeks
somebody.
ago.
Kimmy's also somebody a vote for hire that you can take to the end. too.
Not exactly.
She's not playing.
Kappenberg.
Yeah, is she playing hard? What is she doing?
She's
No.
really riding coattails
you know
right
what,
now.
You know what Kappenberg is? She is in that clique. She is in the Jeremy
Yeah, she
Savage
is.
clique.
She
is.
Uh,
For sure.
Fishbach's going to backstab Joe, plain and simple.
Oh, Fishbach,
He said
yeah.
he had
He's
that
on,
great
yeah.
scene where he said, "Wouldn't it be great? I
He'll-
could make a great move for the season."
Fishbach will stab
take out
anybody in
Joe.
the
And that's what it's all
But
about.
Joe is like this prize. He's like the golden
Yeah, I
boy.
know.
He is.
And you
He
got
is. He
like
is.
you got this Fishbach, this
And he'll
geeky guy
talk-
going
he'll-
after the jock.
Hey.
That people love that stuff.
They
He'll
do.
talk Savage and Jeremy into getting rid of him too. The first second.
Oh, yeah.
The first second
Oh,
he
yeah.
loses a challenge.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
And
telling you,
that's-
Fishbach will go right after him.
That's what's going to be
Little
huge about this is
prick.
on the next episode. They already showed that. They showed that exact thing. It's going to be about big moves now. And then I think they're going
That's
to
not a big move. That's a coward move.
to take
what
Joe
else-
No.
out. To
what
take
else
Joe
is-
out. That's
Taking Joe
you
out.
Gotta take. I mean,
You're just
Yeah,
not
but-
going to get any jury votes.
Listen.
you're just not
in
going to
it.
get any
Yeah,
jury
You're playing
votes for
this
doing
game.
that.
You're playing this game to win $1 million. You're
Yeah.
not playing this game to hang out with Joe just because he's a great survivor.
Right.
But
Well,
he
Fishbach-
is a great
I'll
survivor.
tell you what.
But you
If Fishbach wants to
taking-
go to the end, his best bet would be to take Kaepernick and
Kappenberg, yeah, Kenny
Kappenberg and
Yeah, he doesn't
Abby.
play for San
Abby
Francisco.
Reed.
What I'm
Not a Niner.
What I'm saying is,
Speaking of Kaepernick, he got benched.
yeah, he did. He deserved it. But Fishbach, though, if you vote out, if you're the one that leads the charge against Joe, you're not getting any jury votes. You're sealing
not
it
gonna
right
get
there.
Joe's vote.
You're done. No, you're not get even Joe. You vote out the Golden Boy. You lead the charge against the Golden Boy. You're going to become hated. That's it. You're over. You're done. You're not
Yeah,
going to win the
you're
million.
right. You're right.
If you're
But
if you're
if you-
Fishbach,
But if
you're
you
fish, they're-
bullshit. If you,
You
take a
could get
couple,
away-
if you take a couple of assholes with you to the
Well,
end, you can still win. So if
well-
if you're going to take the Gold Boy out and then you bring, like I said, Abby and Kappenberg, I mean,
Russell
I'd
already
give it to
tried.
him.
What
Russell
are the
already
chances?
tried.
No,
What are the
I'd give it to him.
chances that Kappenberg makes it to the end?
Well,
Not very good.
No.
We're also we also are looking
we'll
at
see.
this.
I mean, we're all talking about votes for hire right now. Honestly,
Well,
it's
I don't
every
think
man
so.
for
Like
themselves
I said,
right now.
Like I said,
Sierra's a
as
vote
of,
for hire.
As of right now, we're looking at the Bayon tribe, and we'll just call them the Bayon tribe. But
Right.
we're looking at Fishbach, Jeremy, Savage, maybe Joe, possibly Joe. Joe would be
was
a
in
great.
there. He was in there at the beginning.
He was in there in the beginning, yes, but Joe's got his own agenda.
Of course he
But
does.
to follow with that, Wigglesworth, Tasha, and Kappenberg, that is one tight clique. The other clique would be the Takeo.
Well, Wigglesworth wiggled her way in.
Well-
she was initially a Takeo. Wigglesworth was. She was initially a Takeo. She wiggled her
Yeah.
way right in.
Wasn't
But-
she? She's kind of with Savage though. Her
Oh,
and
she's
Savage
totally with
are-
Savage.
Are real tight.
Yeah,
Exactly.
she's totally.
And that's why. But then the Takeo tribe.
But she was initially a Takeo.
Well, right. But
She was.
as we break it down, as far as the divisions we see right now,
Wentworth, Abby.
Abby, Cass,
and
Spencer, Sierra, Keith, and, and Wentworth.
From Keith was an original Bayon, and Keith voted.
But he's totally part of that Takeo tribe.
Yes.
He's tending to stick with that side.
You think he
Well,
is?
he's
huh?
pretty much going with anybody. They came up
Keith
to
is.
Keith and he's like,
Keith-
"I'm with you,"
bullshit,
and
Keith-
he's spitting all over the beach.
Keith is definitely as far
If that
as
was
like
the
I
case,
said,
Keith.
no,
if
it
that
was
was
the case. It was the case.
If
without
that was
a
the
doubt.
case, I think
we
Keith,
saw
Keith
it.
would have voted Tasha.
Well,
No, he's going with anybody
Yeah,
with the
he's
numbers.
going with
right
he's going
now.
with the numbers.
he's going with the numbers.
And
For
he was
sure.
an original Bayon.
But he, as far as we look at it in this episode, and we see the division. The division
Well, just
is
because they
definitely-
showed him laying around on a hammock next to the
He was definitely talking
next to the enemy,
He was definitely talking.
being
with
friendly.
Cass.
Keith's friendly. As,
He was real friendly with Cass and Sierra too. You know, I mean, he's definitely with
Yeah.
with that side
Keith's
somewhat. But of
Keith's
course,
Keith's on one side. As long as my name's not getting voted,
Well,
That's going to
down.
hurt him in the end. That's going to hurt him
It
in the
is.
end.
That's true.
Keith's,
Right.
Keith's another person you want to take to the
I mean,
end.
Kimmy and Keith have been hiding way
Yeah.
behind the curtain right
Cappenberg
now.
I never see. I don't even see Cappenberg ever.
And Keith doesn't say
Ever.
much. Usually, Keith's season, he was a big Tucker. That's why he was on the.
You know what you do
That's why
see
he's
though?
back.
You don't see him on when they show, you know, the people, you know, the big confrontations or whatever the scene may be, the main scene. They do show, and I noticed this tonight. They show Keith in the background talking with other individuals. He's a player.
He is a player.
He is in the game as far as
Listen,
the
he's
social
probably-
aspect of it.
yeah,
But he
he's
could be
pleasant.
talking. He could be talking
He-
about
he
Kimmy
can't-
dropping crap in the fire like
He
she
could.
was
Who
doing.
gives a
could
the
be.
shit
whole
what he's
time,
talking about?
He
But
could
you know
be.
what?
He's a good social
keeps
player.
The peace.
Yeah.
He's got to
Yeah.
be though. He's not going to be a physical player. That's
Yeah.
He's
for
going
sure.
to keep the peace. He don't want to cause any waves.
I mean, he knows
No.
the
those are
cards
the kind
he's
of
been
people
dealt.
you want to be around with for 40 days.
Yeah,
People you wanna-
absolutely.
But it does
Absolutely.
get to a point where you're like, I know I really like that person, but
Right.
shit, they could beat me. I'm gonna stick around with this little firecracker Brazilian broad.
Yeah, true that.
I'm taking her to the end. I'm telling you, I don't care.
She would be-
Whoever wants
she
to
would be a
win,
great person to take the end. Yeah.
and you want to take somebody. You don't want to go with Fishbach because he's smart and he'll be able to talk to the jury. It'll all come down to that.
I don't
It
think
will.
he can make
You sell
speeches
yourself.
very well.
You sell your story. It's all we've seen it before. You sell your story.
Fishbach is one of
hey,
those characters. He could
boo,
make it.
Boo hoo, boo hoo. You had a tough
Right,
life.
right.
This person also had a tough life. You know what?
You never see those people win though.
You know who
Those-
wins?
the crybabies.
The pity parties
The
never
person
win.
who wins
No.
and says, "I should win $1 million because I played better than these two nitwits."
Yeah.
That's who you sell
Don't-
yourself
Don't
at the end.
Don't pick. Yeah.
I'm
don't.
telling you, you don't want to go to
Right.
the end with Fishbach.
Yeah. Don't pick on the jury.
Right.
First of all, because that's another mistake that a lot of people make right at the end is they start picking on the jury when you're supposed to be selling yourself to them,
Right.
and you demolish your teammates that are
Right.
sitting next to you that are also hoping that they get that $1 million win. And
You want
that's
to take dummies that aren't going to fathom
and
that.
Fishbach.
Yeah, Fishbach's
Fishbach
smart.
is
He'll
definitely-
sell himself.
Yeah, I mean, here he is.
Joe could sell himself.
Saying his little a bit.
Joe
of
doesn't
poetry.
have to sell
Yeah,
himself,
He says a little bit of poetry tonight. You know, I mean, he's
Right.
obviously a sharp guy. He's
Yeah.
gonna be somebody that he could definitely. Come
Even
up
if
with
he
some
voted
wise
Joe out, he
words.
could sell Joe. Hey, I had to get you up because you're the most dominant player ever in the
Right,
game.
right.
Well,
Stroke
we have
his
seen
ego.
Book
Yeah,
Smarks
right,
win it.
now
We
he-
have seen
right,
Book
now
Smarks
he's-
win it.
Yeah.
Now he's just right. He's
Fish-
patting Joe on the back while he's if
what's
that
the-
would be the case.
Could be a villain in the
What's
making.
the other guy? The redhead kid that won. The funny one.
He's not ringing the bell.
Oh.
You know who?
Yeah, the kid that.
Yeah,
I
he
cannot
narrated the entire
believe- Yeah,
season that
he was
he
a
won.
great. He was a
He was
survival.
on a couple seasons. What the
He was a
heck's his name?
survivor genius. is
Yeah.
what he knew every episode. I know it's a shame.
He was like the narrator within the show.
Lawyer. He did the lawyer thesis
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Oh yeah, goodness
I know.
gracious!
Again, we look like a bunch
someone,
of
someone
nitwits.
post it. Someone post it, please.
No, yeah, we'll find out.
We'll
what,
figure
what
it
is.
out.
The
But anyway, for Fishbach's a poor man's version of him.
Right.
Is what I'm getting at.
well,
What is his?
I mean,
No, I'm such an idiot.
that kid was real young though too. You know, he
Cochran.
was
Cochran.
Cochran
Gee.
was like
Cochran.
the narrator within
Cochran,
the
yeah.
show.
Cochran.
He,
That
'cause
Cochran, I
he
can't
didn't.
believe-
Jeff didn't even
One of
have
the
to
best-
show up that
what was
the
what
whole
was he 19 when he was first on that show?
Yeah, he
No,
studied
but he
the
won
show.
it. Won
man.
it when he was about 26, I think.
Yeah, he was a
yeah,
little bit older.
He did
Yeah,
win
but
it,
still-
too. He
still-
brought it home.
A villain at one time.
I think Fishbach's a poor man's version of him,
Right,
and
right.
and he could. His only way to win it is by doing it the way Cochran did it.
Yeah,
But I don't see Fishbach winning it.
He's a punk, anyways.
I see
Fishbach.
Jeremy being a huge threat because he's on the side of the numbers right now,
he is.
and he's got an idol in his pocket.
the idol.
He's sitting there.
is
He's
where
looking
it's
for
at.
the other one, too.
Nobody knows that he's got. He's a huge.
They're both in
threat.
hiding. Both those idols are well below the floor right now because you got
It's funny
Jeremy and then
Yeah. And
nobody-
Wigglesworth, and she hadn't told a soul, has she?
Nobody knows that they have them. I mean, it's
No,
That's
nobody
pretty good.
knows.
That's
Nobody
pretty
knows.
good in
That
the
is-
mid game right now.
Yeah, that is real good. You don't see that too often.
no, you don't.
And how many more idols do you think are out there right now? I mean, there's got to be something sitting somewhere.
I think they go down to
At this point.
once one is played, they'll throw one more out there before.
You think they'll throw a second one out?
they'll throw one more out there? Yeah,
I don't know.
but one has to be played. You can't have three out there.
No, is
I
that how
kn-
they do it? Is that how?
What they'll do
Well,
is that since you have
I
two
don't know,
tribes,
they-
you'll have one
Survivor
at each
changes
tribe.
every season.
One,
Who knows how they do it?
What I know is you'll have one at each tribe.
Right.
Those have been found, and they'll keep those out. Somebody will play it, or somebody will get voted out with the idol in their hands,
And
and
you
then
think
they'll throw one more out there
You think?
towards the late game. But it won't be three.
still early
I
in
don't
the
see
game. It
three.
could be.
I
Yeah.
think
If
I
you
think
have
it's
three
still
out
early
there,
enough in the
that's-
game, I could understand.
You could have
Right.
the special idol where the one you
No,
get like the
they
extra
won't
vote, or
bring
you
that
can play that later in the game, or you can play that after the votes.
you
or
might
something.
buy that in the you might buy that
Yeah.
extra
at,
vote
at the auction.
at the auction. Yeah.
Yeah, which I thought was going to happen a couple weeks ago when I saw that tray and stuff.
Right,
that
right,
eating
right.
challenge is the worst.
We'll see the auction
idea.
about
oh
9.
My goodness.
It is disgust. That's like a fear factor.
Just, and then Jeremy grabbing that little egg and taking a piece of it.
Oh, that was disgusting.
I thought
And-
that was gutsy,
and
man.
Tasha just smashing that thing.
Yeah.
Shell
It's
Oh yeah.
disgusting.
Oh yeah.
and all.
I didn't even watch
That was
it.
impressive.
Fear factor stuff right there.
But that the challenge though, this is one of my more favorite challenges. This is a challenge of great endurance, balance, and then the extra
Focus.
Yeah,
major
concentration.
major focus and concentration. You really have to drive your nerves to really push
Yeah.
to the final.
Yeah.
And watching Joe, obviously.
I'm telling you, the
there's-
way he was standing, that's
well,
an easier
that's-
stance
That's
than
the thing.
hold-
That's exactly it.
standing
he has it-
downhill. Standing uphill is a lot
Right, right.
easier.
I mean, that took
doing
thought.
doing
you
that
know?
right, doing that motion alone. He not only surpassed just the focus of it, but he made it. He thought about the fact that I've got to make my stance secure. Everything's got to be perfect.
Right.
The kid's he's thinking at the same time he's being super physical. He's just a tough competitor. I mean,
Oh my
he's a
gosh.
great survival. I mean, he is a survival pro.
Were you surprised that he won the first individual immunity? I mean, seriously.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Nobody's surprised at this at all.
But Spencer was pretty awesome at us as well.
Yeah, he's a
Gotta
punk
give
too,
him,
man.
Gotta give
Fishbach,
Spencer.
Fishbach, the first one out,
Wow. Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
And then everyone like tumbling cards.
Yeah, it was and
Beep,
well,
boop, boop,
there
boop.
was second. First
Who,
tier.
who dropped it second?
First, well, here I'll just read the entire list in order. It was Fishbach,
Fishbach in like 30 seconds.
Keith, which
That was
we
kind of
we
funny. 10
can't
seconds.
be surprised about Keith.
Yeah,
either.
yeah. And fishing
Yes,
rod.
yeah,
There's
he-
no string or fishing rod.
And then
there,
the weak girls, Sierra and Kappenberg.
Yeah.
Sierra's weak. She's small. She's
Yeah.
she's
Yeah,
super.
she has
some
super
problems
small.
there.
She'll do good on like the
That was-
balancing
that was the
teetering
level
on like
one.
a post.
Where
Right,
Abby
right.
go soon after.
No, well, that was level 1, and then
Abby
Abby
made
made
it.
it. She was the first one on the second level.
Yeah, good for her.
So
Yeah.
and then
That's impressive.
that was Abby for 1 second.
That was impressive.
For 1 second.
Yeah. Well, no.
And then
stay
Cass.
10 minutes. She's in
Well,
prison for
the
10
first
minutes.
round. Yeah, the first round.
Why do you keep sticking up for her, man? She is
I
awful.
love Abby.
Goodness gracious.
Abby, yeah, she's cute.
What a firecracker.
Now
She is.
they get their
She is.
teeth fixed and stuff, man.
Great
Get those-
teeth. What are you talking about?
yeah,
She's
it's
beautiful.
crazy. You're crazy.
Second level though did continue on with it was Cass and Wigglesworth, and then Wentworth.
Yeah.
She went right after, and then the third level those people held on for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Savage, man. He
Right
was
there.
sweating beads
Oh,
out
he
there.
was.
Savage. Oh, man. Did he want to win that?
And then we went to third level, and that was Savage. He was the first one out. in
Yeah.
the third level. Then Tasha, Jeremy, and then Spencer was dancing with that thing. He was like,
Oh,
yeah.
I mean,
gosh.
You can't recover
at
from
first,
that.
At first, I
Yeah,
thought he had it, and then
Yeah.
you knew after he started. Once you go the second time, you know it's over.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, all right, he didn't fully recover. He's probably gonna let it go, and then of course Joe brings it home for the win. I mean that's, but again,
not surprised.
right?
He is in trouble. I think Joe's in trouble, and the reason he is in trouble because he is such a huge threat.
He's fierce.
He's a
he's
huge
fierce.
threat, and
He's
everybody
smart.
likes him. Why
Plays
wouldn't
it
you want to
smart.
give him a
Absolutely.
vote?
Yeah.
I don't care if he backstabs you and throws you out of the game. Guys, he's a fierce competitor.
Get rid of him.
Good looking. He's well liked. I mean,
You got to get rid of him.
I do think you're right, though. I think there is a possibility that if you do get Joe voted off somehow, you will lose votes because of that. Because that is the guy.
you might, but like I said,
That's what I'm
it's-
talking about.
If you can sell it at the end,
Right.
and some
Thank
people
you,
can,
Charlie.
some
Thank
people
you.
can, and some people can't.
Charlie's
Well, yeah.
feeling, man. He's
That's
feeling me on this.
Some people can, and some. Hey, if Sierra backstabs him,
you do
I
have
don't,
to
I
be
don't think
careful.
Sierra. I don't think Sierra can, talk her way out of it. But I think a Fishbot could.
Why
That's
not
all-
take
that's all I'm
Sierra to
saying,
the
right.
end? You could take Sierra to the end.
Of course you could.
Yeah, you could easily
Take
Sierra.
her to the end easy.
There's,
her and
there's,
Abby.
there's about
Right
3 or
there.
4 people you
'Cause-
could take to the end.
Yeah, because Sierra,
Yeah.
she's a coattail rider.
Yeah.
I mean, she
Abby?
She tries to play a game, but she has no game to play. She
Right.
just has to follow what everybody else is doing, pretty
Right.
much.
Ab-
Ride
Abby-
coattails all
I
the way
think
to the
yeah.
end.
Abby,
Absolutely.
Keith, Sierra, and Kimmy. Probably the 4 people you'd want to take to the end. At least one of them.
But-
Take one of them.
Yeah,
And I bet you one of them are in at the end.
One-
I bet you one of them, one of those 4. Mark
I
that down.
would-
Can we write that down?
Put it on the big board.
Put it on the big board.
Put it on the big board.
Go ahead. Look, give it to me again.
All
We'll
right.
write
One of
this
these
down.
4 are
Here we
going to be
go.
at the
Who's it
end.
gonna
Make
be?
sure we
It's
keep this so I can tell him he's wrong here and laugh
this
at
is-
him.
You're
Yeah,
going to
this
see.
is-
You're going to see Sierra,
Okay, we
Keith,
got Sierra and Keith, right?
Kimmy,
Kimmy and who else?
and Abby. One of those 4 will be at the end. You'll see one of those 4 in the end.
I think you could be right. That's a good possibility.
I mean, I know that's 4 out of.
Well, I mean, it's those are. I mean, gonna be people
And those
that
are-
everybody
you know what?
looks at
Hey,
and says,
honestly-
yeah, the same
honestly,
thing you're thinking.
yeah.
That would be a good person to take to the
Hey.
end, and they're gonna think that
And
too.
I'll tell you what, I'm going out on a limb right there.
Oh, here we
Those
go.
are 4
You
people.
are.
Those
You're
are 4
way
peop-
out there,
Those
buddy.
are 4 people that have no chance of winning the game,
no, they
and none
don't.
of them have an idol.
Let alone making it to the final 3.
Well,
You're
I-
way
right.
out there, man.
I am, but I just have that feeling. You'll see one of them. Somebody will make that move, and
I mean, I
Broad net too, isn't it?
I mean, Tasha might say, "Hey, I saved Savage. I won 3 more
Right.
immunities than him." And Abby is just somebody we met on our second journey through that we saved ourselves. Whatever. I mean, she could sell herself.
She could also
She's a
explode
smart
late
girl.
game here. She could also explode,
smart,
and then
too.
we'll vote her off.
yeah.
Abby. With
There's a
Abby,
lot of
you can
smart
see
people.
the same thing happening like it happened in early game.
Abby, out of nowhere, she could lose it.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of smart people.
somebody.
All
it
about
takes-
Abby again.
All it takes for Abby to get upset is for somebody to talk
I mean-
behind her back, and it's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Hold
gonna
on.
happen,
Oh, yeah.
Do
period.
you honestly think you're going to see? I mean, let's just go through the list of people. People that are like intelligent that you think would be a tough
Right.
person to, you know,
Like argue against your
argue
case.
against,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Or somebody that's would be easy to argue against.
I'll tell you what. Abby would be. I think she would be actually tougher to argue against.
I do
Abby,
too.
Abby's a good arguer.
Really?
She's
I
a
do
great
too.
arguer.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
She would
can
shut
argue.
you down.
Well, she
I
might.
think, I think
might
she
try
could.
to,
I
but
think she could.
probably shut me down because I'm easy.
Well,
and I'm an
that's-
idiot.
No, I mean, I think she could argue her way out of some stuff for
I'm
sure.
sure
I mean,
she
she's-
could, but
Oh, she plays that pity
she's
card the
she's
whole
a,
time.
She's a
Guilt
professional.
trip.
She's a professional arguer. I mean, let's remember.
Yeah,
she
she is.
gets
Manipulator.
into it. we got to wrap it up, folks.
Yeah, we do.
That's pretty much about it. I mean,
What a great show, man.
What do we
I
have?
love
show.
doing this every week.
It's great. It's
Good
great.
show.
Chaz, aren't you having fun?
It's a great time. I love it. This is the best.
We get a
We,
a special guest like Doug every
Oh,
once in a
man.
while.
I love it.
Absolutely. We got any predictions here? Anything that we think might happen on this?
On the next episode,
What are our options here?
well, I'm
Cass-
giving you final predictions
Cass,
right there. But I'll
Cass
give you
is gone. That's the important part. Cass is
Yeah.
gone. How does that change the dynamics now?
like I think,
Final thoughts, Lance. Final thoughts.
I think Sierra made it clear everybody's out for themselves, and it's pretty apparent. But
That's
there
true.
There are lines
Yeah,
in the
there-
sand drawn, and I think you may see maybe a Sierra going next, just because of the little.
She's already on the fringe.
Yeah, she kind of stuck up for Cass, which that's not a place you really wanted
No,
to be,
no.
where a lot of people wanted her gone.
True.
So Sierra's not in a really good position, and she's probably not going to win the immunity. But if Joe doesn't win immunity, don't be surprised to see him go home.
That's true.
Joe, we could see an idol. I see an idol being played. You could see
I
Wigglesworth
don't-
or Jeremy being in trouble here.
You think
Yeah.
that's your prediction?
I think both of those could be
And-
targeted here pretty soon.
Well,
Somebody's
soon.
going to make a move, and we're going to see
Sooner
Kimmy
than
play
later,
a game. Kimmy's going to start emerging here. We haven't seen her all season. She could
Okay.
be coming out here.
Yeah.
Very possible.
Yeah.
We could start seeing people we haven't seen that much of coming out of the shadows.
Yeah, it's pretty
Very
pretty
possible
ballsy, gutsy.
And
prediction.
everybody and that guy.
Well, I know what I
Gutsy, you're naming 4 people. Why don't you name the whole cast? Saying we're going to the final. I'll name you 9 people.
I'll make.
I said one of the 4. One of the
them.
4.
Yeah.
You
Why don't you
asshole.
name half? That's a third of the people on the.
Kappenberg will definitely be in it for sure because she'll be silent once again. We don't have to worry about her.
Oh, next week you
yeah,
think?
she's gonna be
Yeah,
safe.
she's not going home.
I think you could be right. Sierra, possibly. I mean,
Somebody
but-
will pick her up. An
but-
alliance will pick
but
her up.
if they do want to make a big move, I could see Spencer going home. Still,
Yeah, Spencer
Still.
can. Yes, he's
Very
always
possible. He
Well,
was the swing
he's a-
vote this
He's
week.
always a swing vote.
he is. He is.
And he's not on Jeremy and Savage's best side.
Well, he's
Right.
he's
Right.
on their side, but they don't
Jeremy
completely
likes him.
trust him.
Jeremy likes
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, they both
Yeah,
like
man.
him. They know he's a vote that they can have
Absolutely,
right now.
Yeah.
You
For
know,
now.
Spencer shows up and he goes, "I haven't had an alliance past a couple days." That's not a very good resume builder because
No.
that means you're either
No.
backstabbing people or you're switching
Yeah,
alliances a
yeah.
lot.
So yeah, they've got their eyes on him.
Yeah,
but I could see him. I could see a Spencer going home.
yeah,
I like that.
But I'll
call,
tell you
man.
what, we will.
That's bold too.
This is something we're gonna find out next week.
Did you put all those on the big board, Jess?
They're
Yeah,
on
yeah.
it. They're
Let's
on
write
it.
those
we got
down.
It. We got it down. We got Sierra, Keith, Kimmy Kappenberg, and Abby. We'll see if one of those guys ends up in the end. We'll watch and find out.
Yeah.
Until then, folks, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we will talk to you guys then. Thanks for joining us.